The Big Show with Night and Day. Pick up a Night and Day Milk Bar card and get your 6th shake for free.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Wednesday afternoon, the 21st of February 2024. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. And Mogi. And you're magnificent. Pristine, might I say. Glowing, indeed. Had to put my sunglasses on. Tidy-whitey there. How's life, you massive
You
stallion?
iron that T-shirt?
Going pretty grousy, you mad dog, you sick son of a bean. Can I just say you are looking like an absolute drug dealer today, and that is
Thanks,
the
man.
highest of all compliments I can give.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah,
Nice
I feel pretty cool.
sunglasses.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought those other sunglasses, but unfortunately I didn't put them back in their little casing, and so they got scratched, which really annoys
Right.
me. So I went and bought another pair today. Keyzie, you mad bastard. How's life?
Life's pretty good, fellas. Beautiful day. I'm feeling good. You guys are looking good.
How about it?
Yeah, thanks, man. Nice
gonna
of you
be
to say,
good.
Keyzie.
Jase, you actually look like you're in drag.
Do I?
Yeah.
Right.
You look like Dame Edna.
One of my heroes, incidentally. You're looking pretty good too, Keyzie. Have you had a bit of a hairdo or something?
I have had a haircut. Can I have my glasses back, by the way?
Yeah,
Thanks for
That'll be why I looked at like I was in Noah Keyzie's
Yeah,
glasses.
it
there,
was all the
Mogi.
glasses, Jase.
Yeah.
No, I have had a haircut, and now I've realised I'm wearing a hat as well, so it looks like I don't like my haircut. But I do like it. I just
Cool.
thought I'd wear a hat today, fellas.
Cool, man.
That's
Yeah.
the most important thing, man, as long as you do. Now, listen, it is a massive show here. We're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
carry on with the countdown. But as always, anyone that texts us on 3483 or sends us a talkback on the iHeartRadio app or gives us a call on 0800 Hodaki goes in the draw for a $50 night day voucher. Also, where are you listening to the show?
Yeah.
What are you wearing and
Yeah.
what's your name? Text
Yeah,
us
yeah.
3483.
Should we get back into the GOAT
Absolute
countdown?
banger
Yeah, what-
coming your way,
What are we
Keyzie.
up to there? 713?
713. A little bit of Ramstein. Stein?
As voted by the Hodaki faithful, your greatest of all time countdown. 713. Ramstein, Du hast.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Coming in at 712 on the GOAT countdown, the Temper Trap. Tune that, fellas. A great tune.
It is a great tune.
Hell of a tune.
Such a good tune, fellas.
Hey,
That's
now
how you
listen,
do
what
it.
are the people saying on 3483 there, Keyzie?
A lot of people texting through saying where they are, what they're wearing, and who they are as well. G'day, fellas. My name's Simon. I'm working on a job site listening to the boys in my leopard print leotard. Cheers.
Hot.
It is hot. G'day, fellas. Archie here from an S-hole known as Christchurch, sitting in the back of me ute with...
What's he doing in the back of his ute?
He's just sitting in the back
Oh,
of it.
oh, sitting.
Yeah. Nothing on but his Red Band gummies.
Good God.
Yeah, it sounds bloody good. G'day, fellas. Texting in from Dirty Hamilton, overalls with a beer in my pocket, you mad dogs. That's from Marty.
Oh, Marty's a sick bastard.
He is a
backbone,
sicko,
yeah.
a huge sicko, actually. Oh, gosh.
That'll do, man.
Willie and the Crane, high vis and socks. Is the ACC doing the Mad Monday podcast still? I need some fantasy tips. Yeah, that'll be back soon. Don't you worry about that, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Be back just before the season starts.
Great. I love fantasy tips.
Yeah, but you...
Actually, text me right now on
He's
3483 if you want Hoodie J's fantasy tips.
what fantasy?
He's always fantasying about tips.
It can be whatever you want the fantasy to be, and I'll give you my fantasy tips.
Yeah.
Right, okay, 3483 if you want Hoodie J's tips on fantasy. Hey, fellas.
tips.
Hey, fellas. I've just noticed something that's been happening at my house and my wife does that kind of annoys me.
Has it been bugging you?
It's been bugging me. I guess it has been, yeah.
I reckon that's one of Pugs' best bits of work, that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The thing that my wife does that bugs me...
My wife.
Can you put some backbone into it, Jase? Jeez, like put a funny voice on it or something. Have you ever noticed this? You come into a room, the lights are on, you turn them off, it makes no difference to the light because it's daytime.
Yeah, sure, I've noticed that.
So my wife leaves for work earlier than I do, and then I come out of the bedroom.
She works all day long, eh? She gets up really early and goes all day, and then she meets you after you finish it, you know. Yeah. I did know that.
Yeah. So, you're acting like that's not the same situation as you and your wife.
Oh, no, she only works half days.
Oh,
Keyzie.
okay. So my wife works all day, as you said. She leaves first. Once she's gone, I wake up and I realise every single light in the house is on, even though all the curtains are open, all the blinds are up, and it is bright inside. And it does my head in.
Do you F and Jeff? Do you tell her
Jeff.
what for when she gets home, or do you just send her one of those sort of pass ag text messages? Hey, babe. You know what would be great?
Nah.
Is if you didn't have the lights on when it's light outside.
No,
or do you come on your radio show and just bag
I come on my radio show and bag her,
Yeah, good on you, mate.
what I do is actually just turn them all off and just sigh to myself and then go, it's probably not worth bringing up.
Yeah.
In fairness to you, Keyzie, it does my head in as well. But what happens in my family with my daughter as well is that the lounge light will be in the lounge. The lounge light will be on. The kitchen light will be on. The bathroom light will be on. Our bedroom light will be on. The corridor light will be on, and the other bathroom light will be on.
Two bathrooms.
And it's like,
sorry about it.
do you? Well, one of them's a shithole. But do you really need to have all of those lights on? So I'll go and make a point of turning them all off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see both of you going through the house sighing. And turning off lights.
Effin and Jeff, and it's like, God, do we live in a tent, for God's sake? I mean, just save a bit of energy here.
Sure. I've got a question for you, Keyzie. What time does your wife go to work?
She leaves for work at probably 7:30.
Sure. What time do you get up?
I get out of bed once she leaves because she's all in the bathroom and doing all sorts of stuff. About 7:40.
Oh, okay. Then
7:45.
cool. Because it sort of sounded like maybe that was still dark when she left, and then when you wake up at 11, which is what I think you actually do,
That is not true,
the sun has
mate.
come up.
That is not true at all.
Now, listen, we'll put it out there on the text machine. Does that bug other people as well on 3483? Are people leaving lights on?
I've got another question.
Yes.
Who thinks that Keysie's getting up at 7:30 in the morning? Or 7:40? I don't.
Right. Well, what do you want to do? Get the audience to text
I'm
in
just
on
wondering. No, I'm just wondering. Do you, Jase, do you think he gets up at 7:40 in the morning when he starts work at 3?
It depends on what he's done the night before, actually, mate.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, if he's had a biggie, then I'd say no. But, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because,
I'll admit, when I was working in TV back in the day, I started at 11:30, and I went through a horrific phase of going to bed well after midnight and waking up and making it to work and still being sleepy.
Yeah.
But it's a real good way to waste your life away doing that. I don't do that. So, for example, I'm playing golf at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty early, fellas? Pretty impressive.
That's good stuff. Hey, keep those texts coming on 3483. Let's get back to the countdown. 211.
7-11.
711. Stereophonics.
1,000 songs, but only one can be the GOAT. 711. Stereophonics. Dakota.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeed. 709 on the GOAT countdown. A bit of crowded house for you, Mogi.
How good.
Haven't caught up with Neil for a while, actually. I might give him a call after the show, see what he's up to.
Yeah.
Neil who?
Pardon?
Neil who?
Oh, come on, Keyzie.
You don't know Neil Diamond. Hey, have you fellas heard about Crankworks?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mountain biking festival in Rotorua.
Yeah.
The one that you guys started.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I was going to
That's
say.
right,
Of course
yeah.
you've heard about it. So this year is its 10th year.
Yeah, I know.
So to celebrate that, they have teamed up with us and they've given us one hell of a prize to give away. It is valued at 6,000 big ones.
It is a stonking prize, actually.
is.
I'll be honest with you.
It's a massive package.
Can you play
Jase.
something like that? Bam, 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 a horn or something?
Uh,
or that thing that goes Keyzie, Keyzie, Keyzie.
Yeah. So
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So the prize package, it's a massive one. It includes premium event tickets, flights, accommodation, bike shuttle
You're
passes.
not pushing the button.
What button?
Beep, 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 beep.
Do you want that every time?
Yeah, all the way through the prize.
That sounds really annoying. All right, so the prize includes premium event tickets, flights, accommodation, bike shuttle passes, Skyline,
It's got to go all the way through. Keep
Skyline
talking.
passes, mountain bike hire, and $1,000 spending money thanks to Hodaki. Are you happy? Because I find that really annoying.
Now, see, that prize feels like it's worth $1 million now.
That's worth 6,000.
Yeah, I
totally,
know,
man.
but it feels.
Yeah, right.
feels like it's worth $1 million.
And if you don't get that ZM job after that, Keyzie, I will eat my hat.
Yeah, you should eat Keyzie's hat.
I'll eat
What?
Keyzie's hat if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't get
Get
the
your own
ZM
hat.
job after that the
Actually,
night
just
show.
on that prize, can I get one of those ear horns as well? Because that sounds like the best part of that prize.
What, the air horn?
Yeah.
No, well, there's like $1,000 spending, like premium event tickets, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I push that one when they're going down the hill?
Yeah, sure, man. You could do whatever you want because you guys are going to go along, aren't
Can
you?
I push it in the plane?
Yeah, man. Totally.
On that sky gondola thing?
Yeah, the gondola.
So good, so good. Hey, no, but do get involved in that because it's a hell of a prize and a bloody good weekend.
Jase, I haven't actually said how they get involved.
Oh.
Text bike.
Don't tell them.
Oh.
Don't tell them, Keyzie.
Text bike to 3483. Get yourself in the draw for that epic prize and go along and celebrate 10 years of mountain biking excellence in Rotorua.
Yeah, here's 708, a bit of David Bowie for you.
You're listening to Hodaki's greatest of all-time countdown.
Number 708, David Bowie, Young Americans.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Yes, indeed, 707 there, Jet, Cold Hard Bitch.
I actually had them at number 6.
Did you?
On my top 10. Jet is... It's a shame that they're not making music anymore. I see they've gotten back together. They did a live gig a couple of weeks ago. Such a great Australian band, right up there as far as I'm concerned. Jet.
Yeah, well... Here's a funny story, fellas. Breaking, I suppose, on the Big Show. That song was written about me.
Oh, right.
I'd been going out with Nick for a little while.
Nick?
Yes, Sester. And then from Jet, yeah. And then things weren't working out, as you know, when you're
These things
touring and all
happen,
that
man.
sort of stuff. And I ended up seeing Chris. Sester, his brother.
Sester.
Yeah, so that was a really tenuous moment in the band's career. Thus, Cold Hard Bitch, which is actually
so
about...
you're the cold hard bitch.
I'm the cold hard
You're
bitch,
sort of
yeah.
like the Yoko Ono.
Very much so,
of
Mogi.
Jet.
Yeah, and when I break up with people, I'm very unemotional, and I think that's where the cold hard sort of where Nick got that vibe from.
So that's a cool story. Did you realise it was 707, right? Number 707, and it was a song by Jet. And there's a Boeing 707 as a type of jet.
How good is that?
Holy, that is a great fact.
That is
Keyzie.
amazing.
What?
That is a hell of a fact, brother.
What do you want me to do?
Treat yourself to like your Keyzie sound there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so lame. I don't want to start.
What about the other one?
Do I have to?
Can I have that one again? Yeah, man.
Yeah, so good, Keyzie.
Don't start making me do that. By the way, that song's massively dropped off last year, 541 in the countdown.
Wow.
People don't know what's good for them, man.
This year.
I reckon. Hey, should we get back to the countdown?
Yes, of course. But before we do, the countdown isn't possible without our sponsor, Burger King.
Whopper.
They've come on board, and obviously the Whopper is the burger goat. And thanks to them, some lucky listener who voted for the goat will have a chance to play for $100,000 this Friday on the Matt and Jerry Show. They're going to be calling someone, so make sure you've got your phone on, and you can be flying up the following Friday.
Who do you reckon it's going to be?
You can be flying up the following Friday to actually pick the winning envelope.
How exciting, man.
Bloody exciting. And regardless, you're going to win some cash because they've all got cash in them.
Who do you reckon is going to win it, man?
Oh, probably one of the listeners that voted. Yeah, what do you reckon?
That'll be my guess.
Yeah.
That'll be my guess.
Could be John from Tukaroa, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Andy from Palmy.
Don't make that up, Jase. Don't make up names.
No, I would never do that, Keyzie. Hey, here's 706, Jimi Hendrix.
1,000 songs, but only one can be the GOAT. 706, Jimi Hendrix, Little Wing.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yeah, a little bit of Jimmy for you just before 5 o'clock, 706 on the GOAT Countdown there. The GOAT Countdown's going to continue, of course, after 5 o'clock. Also, fellas, what a lot of people won't know about me is I used to be an investigative journalist, and I've been getting back to that in the last couple of months, and I've uncovered quite the story, which we'll be getting into after 5 o'clock.
Okay.
It'll be aired for the first time on live radio.
Holy
You're going
heck.
to blow things wide open.
Massively wide
Man.
open, Keyzie.
Also, of course, a chance for someone to win a sweet power tool, thanks to Name That
Yes.
Tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So get ready to call 0800 Hodaki when we tell you to, and you can find yourself winning.
Good stuff, mate.
Thanks, Jase.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope you're getting through hump day okay. Of course, between 5 and 6, the countdown continues. Very exciting stuff. By the way, in case you didn't realise, you're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And anyone that texts through on 3483 or gives us a call on 0800 Hodaki or sends us a talkback on the iHeartRadio app goes in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher.
That's right, of course, night and day every single Tuesday in February. $3 thick shakes. What's for dinner? One more Tuesday to go, the 27th, so make sure you do make the most of that. In the meantime, there are Milk Bar cards where every 6th milkshake or thick shake or super thick shake is actually free.
Good stuff, mate. Hey, fellas, I just want to quickly, ask your opinion here. Stacey Jones, new coach of the Kiwis. How do we feel about that? Us all being leagueies.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, pretty good. He's pretty good at footy.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily translate into being a good coach, though.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm pleased. There was a lot of rumours around Wayne Bennett coming over. The super coach would have been keen for that, but the idea of Stacey doing it, Mike, and I don't know how you feel about this, the potential that he'll actually be around for a lot longer. Like
Yeah.
Michael Maguire came and he was great, but then, he's obviously gone away and
He
taken
ducked off.
New
That's
South
right. And I feel like
Wales.
Stacey's always been coached for a long time in the assistant role. Andrew Webster really rates him. Stacey will be able to talk to Webster about stuff. And you're dealing with the best in the competition, Jase. You're not having to take guys through 26 rounds or 27 rounds of the NRL. Should be pretty easy to motivate
feel
the
like
fellas.
Mogi-
And he's a legend as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. I feel like it's more of a guiding role,
Thank
really,
you,
isn't
mate.
it? You know,
Thank you.
rather
Just
than
guide him in.
just have a very simple game plan and let the players do shit.
That's right. By the way, you mentioned, Jase, that you can contact us via text or via phone. So
That's
3483 or 0800 Hodaki. You can also do it using your iHeartRadio app. If you're listening to Hodaki on there, hit the microphone button. You can send us a wee voice message, and then we get it straight in the studio, like this fantastic listener did.
Oh yeah, g'day guys, long time listener, first time talkback. I just want to say that, I'm really enjoying the GOAT countdown, but if I'm honest, the GOAT announcer for me is probably Keyzie. I'm really going to miss him if he goes to the ZM night show. The big show's going to be shit without him. Honestly, you two guys, you big honker fellas, you guys suck without old Keyzie. Anyway, yeah, can I make a shout out to Keyzie? Love him so much. Anyway, see you later, bye.
So, that's what you can send through using
Did
the
he say
iHeartRadio app.
did he say first time, did he? Because he sort of chimes in every week.
Oh, I don't think it
Every
was the
few
same
days.
guy.
Yes,
He's got exactly. It's quite a distinctive voice.
Yeah, you can pick
Is
it
it?
out of. Oh,
Very
definitely,
distinctive
very
voice.
distinctive.
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
distinctive.
I've not had a conversation with too many actual human beings that sound like that.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Let's get back to the countdown with the Hunters and Collectors 7:05.
You're riding the Radio Hodaki 100 Grand Goat.
High on a hill was a lonely goat.
Thanks to Burger King, #1 in noms. Number 705, Hunters and Collectors, Holy Grail.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Number 704 there on the GOAT countdown. Oasis. From my recollection off the top of my head, that was in the 300s last year.
That's right, Jase. It's amazing you can remember that.
Yeah.
310.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's dropped way down on the GOAT countdown, but hey, that's what the listeners voted for.
I had that at my number 6 this year.
Hang on, I thought you said Jet was at number 6 earlier.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Now, fellas, well, you will be aware of the fact I used to be a journalist, Mogi. It's how I got
And
into
a
radio.
damn good one.
Yeah, thank you. Well, ever since I was a young fellow, I loved writing, and so it was just a natural thing for me to get into journalism. And
I
I've
suppose
always
you also love sticking your massive beak in where it's not wanted as well.
I
so.
also, I've also been passionate about the truth getting out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm very much a man of the people in that regard because I think people have a right to know. And so, and I've been getting back to the investigative journalism in the last couple of months, and I've uncovered a shocking story. And I don't know if you fellas have heard it. It's daylight robbery, right after underneath Keyzie's massive honker.
Is this breaking news by any chance?
Yeah, I suppose it is in a way.
This is breaking news.
And I've given it its own name because I'm a man of words. I'm a wordsmith.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys... Oh, you wouldn't have heard of it because I've only just made it up now. Shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation.
Have you heard of shrinkflation? Basically, it's where companies
No, I
and
haven't.
major corporations are ripping you.
Me?
You, Mogi,
Me,
and
the
you,
consumer?
Keyzie, and Pugs in Studio B, and Dylan in Studio B, and everyone around the world, they're ripping you off.
The common man.
The common man
And
daily.
woman.
And woman. People talk about the cost of living and how outrageous it is now.
It
It
is.
is crazy. And people are out there going, what the hell is shrinkflation? Well, basically it's this. It's where major corporations,
Yes.
with things
Thank
like
you.
your chips, your cereals, your biscuits, are
Yeah.
putting less and less product in their packets but charging you the same and or, if not more, for said same product. So, you know...
It's a very confusing way to say that.
So, you know, you'll have a bag of chips, 500 grams, say, and they'll only put 475 grams in there.
That's 25 grams less.
That's 25 grams less. So
but the price is the same?
The price is the same and or more.
And or, if not more.
Now... People go, okay, well, they probably don't notice it. 25, you know, grams, not a lot. Same with your cereals. It's like 800 grams of cereal. Oh, but no, they've dropped it down to 750. Are you going to notice 50 grams? Probably not. So they're stealing from you on a daily basis. With your biscuits, for example, they might put the same amount of biscuits in your packet, but instead of 16 grams, they're 14
Jase,
grams.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Yes.
Are you applying the same thing to each of these examples? So, with all of these things, what you're saying is it weighs less, but it costs the same or more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So you're getting less product,
what about if I
but paying the same amount of money?
What if I had a loaf of bread, but there was 2 less slices of bread in there?
Yes.
Would that be an example of shrinkflation, Jase?
Yes, it would be, Mogi.
Okay.
It would be an example.
What about if I got a pack of bickies, like hundreds and thousands, and they'd change the name to hundreds and 900s?
Keyzie.
What?
Good question, man.
Thank you.
A very good question.
But what it is, and people should be outraged about it, is that
it's a good trick, isn't it?
They are stealing from you incrementally all the time. And this is not some hoity-jay conspiracy theory.
You got that cough from the chemtrails.
Yeah,
eh?
well, you know, it used to be 20, you know, a ciggy would be like 15 grams. Now it's only 12.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? But they still charge more, don't they?
Right, so what are we going to see what the New Zealanders think out there?
Well, I want to know if people have noticed that, you know, when they're having their chips or if they're having their cereal or if they're having their bickies. They're going, hang about here. Something's going on. Something's not right here.
And I remember when you picked up the trail on this with that massive honker, you started sniffing out a story. It was when one of the millions of bags of chips came into the studio here, and you picked it up and you went, hang on a minute, this feels like it's 25 grams lighter. And sure enough, man, you were right. You were right.
And I tell you what, man, you know, it would take me usually about 4 minutes to get through a big bag of chips, and it only took me, 3 minutes. And I went, hang about it. That's what got me into the investigation.
Yeah.
So text us 3483 if you've noticed this in your consuming.
Or give us a call on 0800 Hodaki. Everyone that gets in touch in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher.
Let's get back to the countdown in the meantime. Number 703, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You're listening to Hodaki's greatest of all-time countdown. Number 703, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Scar Tissue.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Tune. Tenacious D there, 702. Now, we're talking shrinkflation. If you're just joining us, shrinkflation is basically where companies are ripping you off right under your massive honkers. And what I mean by that, in your chips, your cereals, your biscuits, they're putting less product in their bags, but they're charging you the same amount and or more money.
I've got an example. I have these delicious enchiladas that are in the supermarket.
Enchilada.
And they keep getting more and more expensive. And now, I went there to get some the other day, there's 4 of them in there instead of 5.
Yes.
Usually I'd have 3, my wife will have 2. Now she's not going to be able to have 1.
Exactly.
That
It's
sucks.
disgraceful.
That's shrinkflation.
And, people talk about the cost of living, and that's bloody true, man. People are struggling to get through. And, is it Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew, you mad bastard. How's life?
Pretty good.
Good on you, mate. Have you got an example of shrinkflation, have you?
Have you bought a packet of Pringles lately?
No.
Oh,
It's
yes.
been a while.
I have, actually, yes.
So they come in a tube, right?
Yeah.
And I bought a packet the other day and took the top off, and I was like, hey, where's the rest of them?
Yeah.
The chip used to fill the tube up, right?
It did.
Now it's probably 3/4 of the size.
That's
Oh,
right, I agree.
God.
The chip is actually, the chip itself has actually gotten smaller. The tubes have gotten slightly smaller as well.
Yes.
So that's ridiculous.
Andrew, I tell you what, mate, we're not going to rip you off here on the Big Show. You got yourself a $50 night and day voucher, mate. All right?
Bloody good. I already put them on hold.
Oh, yeah. Glenn, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, good.
You've got an example too, I believe.
Yeah, the burger rings.
Oh,
Oh,
outrageous.
tell me about the burger rings.
And the rations as well.
Rations!
yes.
No, rationing rations
I
now.
tell you what, also, twisties.
No, I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, no.
The only thing I haven't noticed a shrinkflation on is the old cheese balls. Strangely enough. Hey, you've scored yourself a $50 night and day voucher as well, Glenn. Stay on the line. And finally, Craig from Christchurch. What's going on, mate?
Mate, I'm just as outraged as you, Mob.
Yeah, what's happened?
On.
Mate, I actually came across the same thing, and I rang the 0800 number on the packet to have a little bit of a rant.
Good on you, man.
Good stuff.
What did they say? I've done that before. What did they say?
Mate, they came back and told me it was a health-conscious thing, and that they're offering smaller portion sizes, therefore it's healthier.
Do you know what I mean, man? This is sort of like when you go and stay at a hotel and they say to you, look, we're really conscious about the environment. Can you only use one towel for the whole week? Because we're so conscious about the environment, and it just so happens that actually they're making more money out of it. But it's a coincidence.
It's a woke society, isn't it?
They're treating you like a goddamn idiot, Craig.
Yeah, they
You going to
bloody
take
are.
that, man?
Hang on, Craig, just real quick. Craig, what do you do for a crust, man?
Mate, I sell plumbing fittings.
Backbone!
Huge backbone. You got yourself a...
I make sure the bags are full too, mate.
Good on you, you massive backbone.
Last time I
Craig.
bought a big bag of plumbing fittings, it was full to the brim,
Yeah,
fellas.
man.
Yeah, same.
You got yourself a
Overflowing
voucher.
Yeah, you got a voucher as well,
Fittings.
Craig. I've got a talk back there too. There's another outrage.
That's right. So Talkback, you can send them using the iHeartRadio app.
Hey team, it's Savoury here from the deep south. You're bloody right, you know. I was just looking at the oven fries and I'm putting on to feed my 4 kids. 900 grams, used to be a kg.
Ugh,
Shrinkflation. Daylight
Terrible.
robbery.
It is
that's
terrible.
outrageous.
Do you want another one? This from
Yeah,
Terry?
yeah, I do from Terry.
Yeah, you're damn right, Woody. My local dealer, he's been skimping. I mean, tinnies are getting less and less. I used to get 4 joints. Now I only get 2 and a shitty racehorse. What's going on with the world, mate? Bloody, what do you call it? Shrink wrapping. He's shrink wrapping me.
Yeah, he's shrink wrapping.
I get the feeling that old mate Terry is not suffering from shrinkflation. I think his joints are just getting fatter and fatter.
Yeah, I love this shitty, skinny racehorse. You know what he sounded like? He sounded like one of the fellas on Tool Chat.
Oh, he did.
You know what I mean?
guys, actually.
And Darlene's walked out on him. He's going
he's
down the local
loaded.
tinny house and everything.
Yeah, that's a good impression, actually.
Yeah, it was. Very good impression.
Hey, fellas, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, the final song from the GOAT Countdown for today.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Salmonella dub there. Salmonella dub there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Wednesday evening. But right now it's time for...
On the Big Show, it's time to Name That Tool.
Yes, indeed. If you want to win a tool, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki.
Here is the tool that you have to name. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Got it.
Got
Yeah?
it. Yeah, well, of course, we know what it is, Mogi.
You guys are so knowledgeable. Plenty of people calling up on 0800 Hodaki. Clearly, people that think they know their tools.
Yes, indeed. Luke, you mad bastard, how's life?
Pugs have still got him on the line.
Oh, right.
You
is
can't
he?
just start talking and assume that the line's going to work. You have to tap the button.
Luke, you mad bastard, how's life?
I'm pretty good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. What do you do for a crust, Luke?
I'm a bar manager.
Ah, backbone!
Good stuff, Luke.
Yeah.
Here's another listen to the tool, mate. What do you think it is?
Sounds like a wrench.
Oh, yeah, like a socket wrench.
Yeah, socket wrench.
Correct.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yes, good on you, Luke.
What has he won, Keyzie?
Tell the man.
Tell the man
Yeah,
what
well,
he's won.
If you give me a chance. Luke, you've won yourself a DeWalt 18-volt cordless half-inch impact wrench.
Oh, that'll do.
That'll bloody do. That'll come in handy at the old bar there.
Good. Totally. Congratulations, Luke, you massive backbone. Enjoy that tool.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Sounds like a good bastard, doesn't he, old Luke?
Yeah, he sounds pretty cool, actually.
You want your barman to be, good bastards.
Smooth operators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sort of slide your
We should
drink
have
down
asked
the
him
bar.
how many pokey machines he's got.
Oh, yeah, we should have.
He's
too.
rocking a Queen of the Nile there, Keyzie.
Oh, it's a shame,
Get the
fellas.
keys for it.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if anyone's listening and they're gutted they didn't get to win a tool, we're going to be doing this not only for the rest of this week, but also next week as well.
Yeah, so good. Oh, bit of Alice in Chains for you.
Also, don't forget the Placemakers Monster Tool Sale is on this weekend. The Expos kick off in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, and at your local Placemakers store. Get the latest trade tools at the best prices at Placemakers Monster Tool Sale.
So good.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Alison Chains here on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Wednesday evening. The time is 5 to 6. Coming up after 6 o'clock, of course, What's on the TV with Mike Minogue. And also, What's for Tea New Zealand with me, Keyzie.
Man. Got him. That's right. Text through on 3483. Let me know who you are, where you are, and what you're having for dins. And you could win yourself a $50 night and day voucher.
How were your spicy pork noodles last night, Keyzie?
They were actually delicious.
Can we hear more about that?
Yeah, I can tell you more about that.
Okay,
in actual fact, just on that, because you never know what you're having for dinner, mate. What did you have?
Nothing.
Oh.
You live such an exciting life.
Well, I'm not just going to go home and gorge myself like you, Keyzie, if I'm not hungry.
I have dinner every night.
But I eat before that, don't I? So I'm not hungry. It's like you eating a 20-pack of sushi and then going home and having dinner. I just say to myself, well, I've had a 20-pack of sushi. I could probably leave it at that.
Right, yeah. That's lame, man. That sounds lame.
I had salmon, incidentally.
Oh.
And a bit of couscous.
Oh, couscous.
With roasted veggies.
Rock and roll, brother.
All that after 6.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope your Wednesday's going along very nicely indeed. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. Just on that, by the way, fellas, very excited about the cricket tonight, Mogi. Of course, the Aussies in town. Bloody fearsome side they've brought with them. Should be an intriguing tussle. Even though I hate T20s, I'll be watching tonight.
As will I.
So they're playing at the Cake Tin, right?
Yes, they are.
My favourite ACC commentators are on as well. Jeremy Wells, Lee Baker and G Lane.
Great stuff.
So if you want to listen to that, search cricket on the iHeartRadio app. I know I will be.
Absolutely. Now, on the podcast outro today, which is the podcast we do outside of the radio show, Mogi was very excited again, wasn't he, Keyzie?
Yeah, Mogi was fizzed up.
I was excited,
He
man.
was just going off.
I just love seeing you guys,
We had to put a few bleeps in again. He was so overexcited. Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as yesterday.
No, yesterday was a shocker.
So I'd recommend listening to it. Search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your potties from. Although this one here was about your wife calling me in tears, Jase. Here's a little snippet.
It's interesting you say that your wife's going to bed later because she calls me usually 11:30, 12.
Jase.
In tears.
Your wife called me in tears last night.
Did she?
Yeah.
What was it about?
Oh, no, she pocket dialed me while she was cutting onions. It was an accident. Yeah, it wasn't. And then she's like, well, I've got you here, Keyzie. Jason's been a real piece of shit lately. It was like...
Easy. Come on, Keyzie. You can't swear like that on the podcast, man.
Yeah, come on. This is live radio,
That was
Keyzie.
shocking.
Well, hang on. That was the podcast.
You're better than that, man.
I don't know if
surely.
I am, actually.
Oh, bro. I expect better than you.
Hey, now listen.
What?
Listen up. What's for Tea New Zealand with me? Easy as next. Boom, 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 boom. Send in what you're having for tea on 3483. Why don't you? In the meantime, here's Blind Melon.
Quite
Sounds
clearly
like-
Guns
sounds
N'
like
Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Just
Welcome
testing
to the
that
jungle.
just testing you were alive.
Oh, righto.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Now that was Blind Melon. You see what happened? I got ahead of myself previously, fellas, where I said Blind Melon was coming up. It wasn't Blind Melon. That was Blind Melon after the song. I mentioned.
worked it out.
Yeah. Good
Surprised
stuff.
you could hear the song, though.
Do you know what actually happened, though, was that it was originally Blind Melon, but I swapped them around.
You keep doing that to me, Keyzie.
Keyzie.
I'm not doing it to catch you out.
Just to quickly flick it as I'm about to pronounce what the song is.
What I did was I swapped it before we'd even started the break. So you obviously checked what the song was like minutes ago.
Yes.
And then we did the entire break. You didn't recheck, you just threw to it. So I didn't realise that was your process. I know that now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Because
okay.
I thought that you just knew the songs when you heard them. But I guess you don't.
Right now it's time for...
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Text here from Steve. What's for tea, New Zealand? With me, Keyzie. What did you have for dinner last night? Oh, that's what you already told us. Salmon.
Yeah.
You wanted to know more about my pork noodles, though.
I do, man, yeah, because it's been a few days since you'd eaten it, so I just wanted to know a little bit more if you can spare some deets.
They were yummy.
Yeah.
Pork mince.
Well, that goes without saying.
There was like diced spring onions on top and chili flakes. Don't play sound effects underneath me talking. What else was it? There was I actually added some Japanese some Kewpie mayo to it.
Oh, okay. With their hot noodles.
And some hot sauce on my noodles there.
Well, when you say hot sauce, Keyzie hot sauce.
Well, it was... Stop. It was Kai Tai Fire hot sauce, actually. They were delicious, Mike. Okay. What's happening is Mike's playing these off his phone into the microphone. That is...
I resent that accusation, Keyzie.
Anyway,
what are the people eating?
All right, a lot of text coming in on 3483. G'day, fellas. Tim Ware here in Wanaka. I'm cooking a massive feed of girthy, succulent sausages and a loaf of white bread.
Girthy, succulent sausages.
Yeah, yummy.
Okay, yeah, good.
G'day, fellas. My wife is working in Kaikoura. So tonight I'm having a cold beersy and a Cadbury peppermint twirl. G'day, blokes. Brian here. For dinner, I'm having kebabs and for dessert, a banana spliff. Cheers. Mike, seriously, it's not adding anything to my segment. G'day, fellas. Having the old tuna canoe for dinner tonight. Can't wait.
Oh.
Hey, fellas. Having a bit of smoked marlin with some mashed potato puree. Maybe a glass of red to seduce myself.
Ooh.
That's from Huge Bull or Hugo.
He sounds hot.
Are you back now, Mogi?
What?
You back?
What?
You done playing silly sound effects?
I'll tell you what I'm having. I'm having creamy chicken and mushroom pasta tonight. Unfortunately, look, I'm grateful that my wife is cooking it, but I do a much better job. And she even says to me, I can't make it like you make it. And my kids don't like it when I don't make it. And I don't like it.
Sorry, your kids don't like it when you don't make it. So the kids like it when you make it.
Yeah, the kids like it when I make it. They're not quite so fond of their mum's version of it.
Can you clip that off for us, Pugs, brother? Cheers, man. We'll just get a compilation of those going.
And I have to admit I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Because my creamy chicken and mushroom pasta is delish. Little lemon zest, bit of cracked
Is there anything
pepper.
you don't do well, man?
Not off the top of my head, Maggie.
Maggie? Who the hell's Maggie? There we go. We found one. You can't say Mike's name properly.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeed, Weezer there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Wednesday evening. But right now it's time for What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
I thought we weren't doing it anymore.
Good. That was good, though. Well, it's just to keep you away from it.
Yeah, when Mogi and I do it.
It absolutely is amazing. You would have noticed the difference there in the cans there, Keyzie, don't you think?
Yeah, man.
And then you sort of came in later and you didn't ruin it, to be fair to you.
So are we doing it from now on?
Well, we are.
Well, we are. Maybe every third time you can come in at the end there.
Okay, thanks, fellas. That'd be great.
Good on you, mate.
Good having you on board, Keyzie.
Backbone.
What did you guys watch?
Last night I watched another episode of the TV show on Prime, Amazon Prime. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Aye.
I think it was the third or maybe it was the fourth episode, and my God, it was a hard watch. They had a couple of other people come on to the show, a couple of guests there, and it was just a lot of chit chat, and it was it was hard to watch. God, it was hard to watch. My wife was saying,
My wife!
Can we fast forward this?
Wow.
Which we did.
Which I feel like is not her nature to do that.
No, it's not. We were both embarrassed for the actors involved.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'd like for people to see it because, yeah, there's a part, pretty much the whole thing, and then you fast forward, and then there's a bit, the final scene, where, like, if they ended it, it would have been great, but they just kept on banging on, and it just did not feel very genuine. But I'll keep on watching it because I do like it. But that one was a shocker.
I watched a bit of that first half of the first episode today. Yeah. I was enjoying it.
Yeah,
it was good.
Well, I look forward to let's earmark that one.
Yes, the third episode. I shall.
Yeah.
Okay, well, earmark it, fellas.
Just earmark that, would you, Keyzie?
Yeah. I watched Flag Day.
Flag Day?
Sorry, what day?
Flag Day. With the great Sean Penn.
Oh, yes.
And basically his entire family, really.
The Penns.
His daughter and his son. And it's basically the story.
His brother?
Yes, I think his brother's in it too.
Chris Penn.
I think he is. No,
He's passed
no,
away
no,
many
it's not,
years
he's
ago.
not in it. No, not the brother.
That would be unkind.
But listen, really good. It's basically the story of a daughter who absolutely hero worships her father, Sean Penn, who's absolutely brilliant as always, but he's a piece of shit. He's just a loser. He's a horrible human being, but she still keeps believing in him.
Right.
And it's actually...
Can you relate to that in any way?
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I can say it's excellent. It's a really good watch.
Except...
The only thing is, and it's
The
a bugbear
ending.
of mine, it goes through the years. And whoever was in charge of the wigs and makeup in that
Oh, my
film
God.
need to be fired because the wigs with the daughter are so absurd that you go... surely someone was watching this and just went, is that wig really stupid?
Is it?
Because she goes through all these different hairstyles and none of them look real.
It's funny, isn't it, wig work?
Yes.
They're generally a tough watch.
And other than that, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend
And
it.
it feels like unless a wig is part of a supernatural character or, a dwarf or something like that.
Sure.
You should probably try and avoid it, shouldn't you?
Exactly that. It's just
Short, long, colour.
Yes,
leave it at that.
Yes, the daughter goes through all these changes in her life, but you don't need to have a different hairdo every time. Quickly, Keyzie.
Country Calendar. Episode about a lady who bought a farm and started running it, looking for a husband. Won the female farmer competition at Field Days.
I don't think we need to
and then
have a competition that's only female farmers, right? That's sexist. Women can farm just as well as the men.
Mike,
and
it
I'm
wasn't
not going to
my
have you
idea.
watching
Mike,
those sexist
Mike.
shows.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The Verve there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Wednesday evening. Now, have you fellas heard of the Manu World Champs?
Yes.
Can you tell me about it? Because I've never heard about them.
Yeah, it's these guys that they get their favourite birds. It's like a bird competition, right? Manu being the Māori word for bird. And you take them out and you sort of pat them and they do little tricks and stuff like that. And whoever's got the coolest bird wins.
Sounds like my worst nightmare. You know how I feel about birds.
I do. Yeah, it's not your cup of tea, man.
Oh, so I thought it was the Manu bomb competition. Like doing bombs off the old high diving board there. And
What, the birds do bombs off a high diving board?
No, people do bird bombs, aka Manu bombs, off the high diving board. It's a whole championship situation sponsored by Zed. And they could win 30 grand. Their share of 30 grand.
Man, that's better than my one.
I was thinking actually just on the bomb front there, Keyzie, you got a bit of junk in your trunk. I reckon you'd do a mean bomb.
Jase, are you going to start using junk in my trunk as a thing after you said your wife had junk in her trunk yesterday? Is this what's going to happen?
It's looking like it.
I actually suck at doing manus. I'm really bad at them.
Same, because I'm so live. That I tend to be like a
pin.
A pin. I just
Yeah.
Which is why I used to score so high in the high dives.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because it'd be poo.
Yeah, poo. I did a couple off the boat when we were out in the Arbor there.
First one was good.
And I absolutely destroyed my ass.
I actually saw your man. I thought it was very good, actually.
The first
in
one
the
was
video.
great.
Yeah.
Was it?
The first one was good. The second one was the one where you destroyed your ass. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it hurt both times, I can tell
okay.
you. And I thought, I just got to go a bit more on my tailbone for the second one. I didn't. And because I was wearing budgies that barely didn't even cover all my ass, it was pain under that water, I can tell you. I was underwater screaming. Then you come up and you act like you're all good.
All good fellas.
Yeah, real cool hat mogi on the surface.
With a pink ass.
So so you're aware, Jase, you can say that Mike has junk in his trunk because when he was in those undies, and you can see it on the Hodaki Big Show Instagram, you can quite clearly see he does have a lot of junk in his
But I
trunk.
reckon I'm a spunkin' trunk.
I would not agree with that. I would say he has a lack of junk in his trunk.
Are you joking?
What? I found his ass quite tiny.
Yeah, it's a junkless trunk.
Whereas you've got a booty on you.
I saw his ass and I was like, damn, Mogi got that peach.
Give me some of that ass.
Mogi got that dump truck is what I was thinking.
But anyway, the
Mogi
World
got
Champs.
that cake. The Manu World Champs. For those interested in taking part, head to manuworldchamps.com, register there. You can also try your luck, turn up on the day, but if the spots are all full, then you will miss out. Wellington, Christchurch and Hamilton have already happened. It's Auckland's turn now. So this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and then again the following weekend. All the details are up at moneyworldchamps.com. But for the final, actually, they want one of us to jump off and do a Manu.
Oh, yeah, Keyzie, man, you make sense. That's the way
totally,
to go, brother.
Keyzie,
No, don't just say
I've already
Keyzie's
done
doing
2
it.
this year.
No, but you got that peach though, Mogi.
Yeah, but I got that pink little ass now.
Yeah.
That burnt little slap little ass there, and I'm not keen to repeat. Cheers.
What about old Hoity J?
Jay, that'd be a good
old
idea,
Manu
man.
J.
I've got a very sensitive buttocks.
I reckon you'd do us proud, man.
You reckon?
We'd have to have a boat on standby, though, because you can't swim.
True.
But
I'd have
I
to
guess
wear
if you put your floaties on.
Yeah, I'd put my floaties on.
Yeah. Put your floaties on. By the way, moneyworldchamps.com for all the details. You can win yourself 30 grand or a share of, thanks to Zed.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your hump day dominated. We dominated hump day today, fellas. Mogi, I know you'll go home, maybe have a little dip, put your little one to bed, maybe watch a little bit of TV, be in bed by 9:30, probably wake up 5 tomorrow morning.
Nah, man, I'm going out to the movies tonight.
Oh!
Shame.
What are you watching?
Nah, I'm going to do what you said.
Oh,
Yeah, good
burn.
stuff, mate.
Double burn.
What are you doing, Keyzie?
What's tonight? Wednesday.
Wednesday today, man. It's hump day.
It's hump day.
Are we walking to the car park together?
Yes, my wife will be joining us as well. So if you could,
So good.
so if you could not throw me under the bus with her in any way, shape, or form, that'd be great. We're gonna have Dins. She'll probably go to bed early, and then I will play PlayStation with my friends.
Does she know that your nickname is Eyes to the Front, Keyzie?
That's not my. That is not my nickname.
I'll bring that up with her tonight, Mogi, on the way back to the
Thanks,
car park.
mate, would you? Yeah.
She has asked me what that means. And then I explained the situation about how Jason might look out the window at all the people and I can't even see. And then they say eyes to the front, Keyzie. And she's like, okay, that makes sense.
My wife actually asked me the same question. She said, what is the eyes to the front thing? And I said, oh, Keyzie has a bit of a... Hey, now listen. What am I doing, did you say, fellas?
No. Hey, make sure you tune into the night show, 7 till midnight, a replay of The GOAT if you missed any songs today. Also, check out the Hodaki Big Show podcast, wherever you get your potties from. You got the outro, and you've also got highlights of the show. See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.